My name is Mike Zach, and St. Pat's is the parish I grew up in and the parish I returned to in 2000. Before I get into how I ended up as part of the staff at St. Pat's, let's talk about the theme of this video series. Make Jesus first. See, I grew up in a household that lived this on a daily basis. My parents centered their marriage and family on making Jesus first. And as a family, we never missed Sunday Mass. Even on vacation, we always found the time to attend Mass. We went to confession every 2 weeks, prayed the Rosary during Advent and Lent. Often it seemed like we spent more time at church than anywhere else. And for those of you who have listened to the various stories that Monsignor Deutsch has told over the years, you will see the similarities between our families. Monsignor and I grew up 2 blocks from each other. And even though I didn't know him because of our age difference, my sisters knew his sisters, and my younger brother Pete went to St. Pat's with him. And I mention this because our parish's desire is to make Jesus first, and it begins at the family level. It's there that we connect with Jesus. Family supports us, holds us accountable, and makes it possible to make Jesus first. As most of you are aware, making Jesus first is not always that easy. Even with a firm family foundations, things get in the way. Work, school, careers, raising a family, keeping up with the Joneses. They're all things that can get in the way of making Jesus first. And sometimes we get so caught up in all the other things around us that we forget how to get back to Jesus, how to make Jesus first. So let me share how our family was able, with many promptings by the Holy Spirit and a whole lot of grace, was able to do that. Some of you know me as the guy who was the youth minister here for 20 years. Others met me during the time I also ran the Here I Am, Lord conference. Some only know me as the name in the bulletin, and others as the person involved in Alpha, VIP seniors, parish picnic, and a whole lot of other things. Well, regardless of what I have done, or am currently involved in, or wherever I land in the future, it's all because of a desire to make Jesus first and to make Jesus real. What brought me back to St. Pat's was a calling prompted by the Holy Spirit. Jenny, our daughter, was in 6th grade, and because of some things that had taken place in our life, she had missed out on First Communion. So she came to us and said, "Mom, Dad, we need to get straight with things at church because all my friends have made their First Communion, and I want to get confirmed in 2 years." So we signed her up at Holy Cross, which was our parish at the time, and she worked with the youth minister to catch up on First Communion and then entered the confirmation program. During that time, the youth minister who had been working with her invited her to get involved in youth ministry. Just like Jesus says, "Let the little children come to me," well, she led us back to the church. And because of her desire to have a relationship with Jesus and to make Jesus first, she gave us that invitation and made it okay for us to come back as well. We became active in youth ministry back in the mid-90s at Holy Cross, which is our parish back then. I began attending daily Mass, and I know that was a huge factor in opening up to what the Holy Spirit had in store for us. The short story is that by 98, my wife Diane was the youth minister at St. Gall out in Elburn, and I began what has now been 24 years as a de facto chaplain over at Mooseheart, teaching the students and building a campus ministry program. And that was the foundation that brought me to St. Pat's. We closed a family business in the real estate appraisal and property management business to work for the church. Now, why would anyone do such a thing? Well, even though the whole make Jesus first thing didn't become the official mantra at St. Pat's until about 2 years ago, that's what was driving us. The Holy Spirit was active in our lives and was prompting us to make Jesus real in the lives of families, to make Jesus first. In the 20 years at St. Pat's as youth minister and the last 2 years as the event service coordinator and whatever else I do, my ability to do this in an effective way is because I make an effort every day to make Jesus first. Now, that's not easy. Sometimes I fail. I fail a lot. But I persevere, and by the grace of God, I manage to do so more often than not. St. Pat's is a parish made up of families who are making an effort, a conscious effort, to make Jesus first. And no matter where you are in your faith journey, it's important to remember that God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. And by your baptism, you have been called.